books can't escape from the team. Cold the morning steam, it's time to break, run for cover. That's gonna cover, that's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott, running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice, we might play a parlay. It's the morning steam. What? Ramon Scott, sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the money. You know how we do it.
All right, good morning and a special welcome to you here from the sports betting capital of the world, Las Vegas. This is Ramon Scott, and welcome to the Morning Steam Show here for Thursday, May 15th. We're ready for another great sports betting day, and we are underway at the PGA Championship at Quail Hollow. We've got one of the majors going on right now, so they've just teed off within the last hour and a half or so, and we've got some numbers already, but you could still get involved with the PGA Championship if you haven't already loaded up on your golfers for this week. You got 143 golfers or so here teeing off, so a lot of options to choose from at the PGA Championship. And underway so far, we got Ryan Fox leading the way, 3 under. He's looked good here. Luke Donald, Tommy Fleetwood. He's got some non-Americans leading so far. You got Max Greiserman there, Alec Noren, Badia is up there as well, Keegan Bradley, all these guys just getting underway, and we've got action today at the PGA Championship at Quail Hollow. Of course, Rory's won there 4 times. Hopefully you got your golfers in, ready to go here for an exciting weekend of golf. So I'm watching Scotty here right now, teed off on the back 9. So see who gets it there. Basically had Scotty and Rory at the top of the odds board heading into the PGA Championship, mostly around 4.5, 5 to 1 for those two, and then series of golfers after that, including Live Tour golfers in there. John Rahm and Bryson DeChambeau also considered favorites here at the PGA Championship. Also exciting tennis action underway this morning at the Italian Open, and just moments ago it was Tommy Paul closing out Hubert Hurkacz here. Just ended here moments ago, 7-6, 6-3 there in the first match of the day. Ready to go here, just moments away, with Jasmine Paolini and hot young American, so to speak, Peyton Stearns. And man, I kind of like Stearns here, maybe in an upset. She's playing so well right now at plus $2. Paolini's been awesome too, but man, got to root for Stearns there, and I'm going to take her on the games line. You get her plus 4 games, I believe, here. Might be good at plus 3.5 games. I think it's going to be a great match between Jasmine Paolini and Peyton Stearns. Still to come, Yannick Sinner and Casper Ruud can win Zhang after her big upset of Sabalenka yesterday, and Coco Gauff, and that one is at 2:30 Eastern, 11:30 Pacific. Hey, thank you for joining me here on the show. Maybe we could just sit around and talk for a little while. Not much going on today. We do have 3 playoff games today, including 2 in the NHL and 1 in the NBA, and 6 games in Major League Baseball, but only 2 night games. We have 4 in the day, so hopefully we'll find something to do tonight. Maybe they'll give me the night off, but hey, no nights off here on the Sports Money Network. Let's say hello to the folks who are going to join us today for our short show. I promise this might be the shortest show in weeks for sure. Robert McCormick is here today. Thank you for being here. Cash Kane is here this morning. Nuke says, like this video, subscribe to this channel. Sports Money here on YouTube. Fastest growing sports betting channel on YouTube. Hopefully you got all of your programming in. We're loading up this week for our coverage, including UFC action on Saturday from Las Vegas. So make sure you join our videos for the previews, including First Strike, up and available underneath the videos tab right now, previewing this weekend's UFC fight card here in Las Vegas with Burns versus Morales. The featured event here for the week, and then we'll get a week off from the UFC. We also have VB MMA picks here this week. You can check out me, VB, and who was our guest? None other than Mikey Money. This week filled in for us so good, and we previewed 4 fights there as well. So get all the picks from Mike this week. Also, don't forget to check out our UFC playbook. You can have the guys' opinions even before we start the show on Saturday this week, and we'll have that coverage on Saturday. Burns versus Morales. Morales is a huge favorite in this one. It's kind of tough to uh, go into a little break with an $8 favorite for a main event, but you do have undefeated Morales against the veteran Burns, who's definitely going to give you his money's worth, but with 5 losses in his last 7 fights, really, he's just in there as the guy who's going to try hard and try to give this guy his first loss of the season. Let's get into what happened, man, last time. Thrilling action here. Nick Handy is here today. Stop Geo is here today. And SF Niners joining us. Nate Cerna as well. We got a nice crew here for a Thursday. How about some of the action here last night? Leading off with a great effort by the Boston Celtics. Terrific job by Boston. You know what? It's easier to root for a resilient Boston than a favored Boston, it feels like, as they rallied without Jason Tatum behind Jaylen Brown and Derek White. We mentioned in the preview the White and his uh, prospects for that game. They combined for 60 points at the must-win game, and now all of a sudden pressure is going to be on the New York Knicks to go back home and get it done in the series there in Game 6. But man, uh, we know here from this point forward, it's not going to be, and maybe I don't know how I'll say not as easy, but the New York Knicks still are favored in this game at home, -2.5. I don't know. It does seem like if Boston was able to be favored at home and kind of, I won't say easily get that number there last night, man, 2.5 point dogs. This might be where you want to consider the Celtics when they are in this role, is what it feels like right now. And look, we don't want to be that guy necessarily and say, hey, is this team? We've already seen plenty of wise guys out there, wise crackers, if you will, saying, "Hey, is this team better without Tatum?" No, of course not. But the resilience of the Celtics last night, not only they were the team that erased the big lead there last night and then coasted for the win there in a high-scoring game. I think that's the way we were seeing it for sure there yesterday. So they'll be ready to get that game at home now. So that'll be very, very interesting, and or on the road anyway. But try to get back home for Game 7. But interesting that they find themselves as an underdog in that game. But a great job last night. Also, let's see here. What about the Golden State Warriors and their uh, game against Minnesota?
Final.
We saw Minnesota close out the series there as they eliminated the uh, Warriors. Couldn't get Steph Curry back into the series here fast enough. There was talk that he had been moved into workout mode a little bit, that maybe he could have found his way to the court in the next game, amazingly enough, but we won't find out. Julius Randle did it again, 29 points, 6 Wolves in double figures. They shot 63%, and it just certainly felt like the Wolves never headed last night. The only question was, would they cover the spread? And they did. And we had that as our play here on the show. So the Wolves will advance to take on the winner of the series that continues tonight between Denver and the OKC Thunder at Denver tonight. We'll preview that one. And how about in the NHL? We saw uh, Nuke in there already talking about the Leafs and how they are not done yet, but down 3-2 now after Florida dominated in that game last night. Florida scored the first 6 goals, and the Maple Leafs got a consolation goal there at the very end to win their third in a row and take the series 3-2. It was a disgusting scene in Toronto as fans tossed their jerseys onto the ice after the game and walked out during the third period there. Uh, just disgusted by the result here as Florida proved to be the better team almost by far now in that game. So tough to swallow there for sure for Maple Leafs fans as Florida gains the upper hand as they head home, leading 3-2 in that victory last night for the Panthers. And then late night, in case you missed it, what a thriller. If hey, in hockey, I don't care. You give me, a tie game if it's 5-5, if it's 0-0. I thought it was awesome, even if my internet was down for over 16 hours and I had to watch the game last night on my phone. I had to watch all the games on my phones last night. Gang, it was had some They said it was a planned outage, but nonetheless, it looked just as beautiful there with the 0-0 game into overtime, 7 minutes in, win. KK got the goal for the Oilers there and sent them into the Western Conference finals with the win there over Las Vegas, 1-0. What a game! Really, hats off to the goaltending in that game for sure. Aiden Hill was pretty terrific with his. I think he had 29 saves in the game, and of course, a great job by the Oilers defense and Skinner to get that win last night, 1-0 to advance to the Western Conference Finals there. So we're starting to whittle it down here. We know now Minnesota, or I'm sorry, uh, uh, Vegas here with the advance, Edmonton advancing here to take on the winner of the Winnipeg Dallas series. We'll preview that one tonight as well. And in the East, of course, Washington, Carolina continue tonight with Carolina leading 3-1. We'll talk about that one as well. Say hello to a few more folks in the chat here right now and see who's coming in. As Nate's here, ready for some baseball. Derek Bop. There's SF9er says, can we get 7 games in this one? Here's Nate with his victory lap today, and a great job by those Celtics. He mentioned it, and there's his second quarter, and they won that one by 2, and they got it done there in the blowout in the second half. And Pritchard over White. And Pritchard, that wasn't easy. But it was a thing of beauty for Pritchard there yesterday. And White, of course, awesome there. He came through for me as well. And let's see, Edmonton for Irish King there. Philly Eagle Flyer today. Man, we got a great crowd in here. Why did everybody shows up when we got no games here? These are our regulars. Who am I kidding? Robert says no goal in the first 10. As Irish King says, I could have just showed up and watched 7 minutes. Solo is here today. He's going to take it to the bank. Got gas in the tank. I got news for you, baby. You're looking at the man. All right. Trevor Davis told us the Florida Panthers were going to win yesterday, even if they were $1.50 favorite at post time. And let's see here. Is it raining everywhere, you guys? Is that what you're saying there? And here's AOD in the chat today as well. Thank you, AOD. Where's he at? There we go. All right, and Irish King ready to get the bag. All right, Major League Baseball. Yesterday, what a wild day we had in Major League Baseball with all those doubleheaders. Hey, how about when complain about doubleheaders. Mikey doesn't want to touch them anymore. There, but hey, we swept that doubleheader yesterday with the Minnesota Twins. We went with them in the game one, we went with them in game two, and they got it done there yesterday. Christian Vasquez had that 3-run home run, and then Cody Clemens had a 3-run home run in the nightcap. How many wins in a row? That many wins in a row, 10 wins in a row for the Minnesota Twins, clicking right now. Also, doubleheader, St. Louis and Philly wasn't so fortunate there. We did sweep the first game yesterday with St. Louis here on the run line with the opener, and we had a pick on the under. Believe it or not, a premium pick in a doubleheader with the under in game one. Bryce Harper had that game-winning single, but game two ended up a slugfest. I didn't see that one coming with Gray and Nola. I was ready for Nola to come around, but I'm going to have to look and see. Obviously he's struggling here, and my algo had him for a good one. Didn't quite work out there, but did have some other interesting games there yesterday. Yankees in Seattle there in the afternoon. Aaron Judge, home run number 15. It was Arizona over the Giants with Kettle Marte. Hitting home runs with Suarez there as well. We did have a winner here yesterday, premium pick winner, Boston and Detroit game. 2 go over with Dobbins and Scooble. Yeah, I went over in that one. Riley Green, 2-run home run as the Tigers won the game by 1 run there over Boston. We had Boston on the run line here on the show. We also had a premium pick winner on the Toronto Blue Jays on the run line over the Tampa Bay Rays as they got the win there 3-1 without my man Alejandro Kirk, 3-run home run to get it done. My man from Tijuana, Pittsburgh, and the Mets. We did see Pirates get that one Triolo 2-run home run for the Bucks. Also, yesterday, late night action with a premium pick winner here with Houston over Kansas City as we look to that rookie Gordon. You guys tipped me on him a little bit. I was more interested in the discount off the opening price, and we did have the under here on the show yesterday as the Astros were able to get that win. Pena, the RBI single, the big one there. Also, we did have the Padres on the run line last night. They cruised to the victory over the Angels, and we did have a pick Athletics and Dodgers game to go over, and it did just that yesterday. So pretty good day, pretty okay day, I'd say, in baseball. All right. I think that's it. I mean, man, I don't want to start. I don't want to start and end the show so soon here today. How about NFL schedule release day? We got some great openers to start the season. Of course, we already heard Dallas and the Eagles will open it up on Thursday night as champs get a chance to take on their chief rivals to open the season. Then it'll be Chargers and Chiefs in Brazil, but some other games on opening weekend, including the Ravens and the Bears, the Ravens and the Bills on Sunday night. Also, Vikings and Bears probably have young quarterbacks there. McCarthy and Williams going at it. Detroit and Green Bay will open up. You got to open up with these guys. NFC North showdown to start it off. Rams and Houston on opening weekend. Pitts, Matthew Stafford, and C.J. Stroud. And, well, I'll say it, Browns and Bengals. Joe Burrow versus Shedeur Sanders. And maybe don't count him out to win that job. I know that I'm kind of one that believes when you have a historical draft of guys in that round, they never make it, right? And the momentum's starting to work in Shadeur's favor, but he's a hype machine. We know that. But I'm going to pull for him, I think, there. I'd rather root for Shedeur as a 5th-round choice and watch him fail as a 1st-round choice. I think it makes him much more appealing. Actually, to root for him was kind of an underdog in the situation. So, really interesting NFL schedule there this year. My Chargers will lead the league. Usually it's Seattle, but my Chargers will lead the NFL in miles traveled this season. Fewest miles traveled this season will be the Bengals this year. So, All right, let's see who else is joining us. I think we can go right now already here. And there is Robert. Yeah, we got the right. We did good on the premiums, pretty okay there, Robert. Thank you. SF Niners ready to go. I mean, we got to get to these picks. You got Ramon Scott here. I mean, come on. I mean, that's all we need in the picks. Hey, why not? Let's let SF Niner. That's a good tease, actually, right there. If you want those picks, more picks from me every day, head on over to winnable.com and you subscribe to my sports money premium picks. I'm going to hopefully give you some winners here on this short card, but we'll have winners over there. I got my golfers up there too. If you're still interested in getting involved, right now we got Fox and Fleetwood tied at 3 under and a group at 2 under led by Keegan Bradley, Matt Fitzpatrick, and Luke Donald. But hey, really, we've just played 9 holes, so the tournament's only 12% over so far, so why not? Not even that, because half the guys haven't even teed off. So head on over to winnable.com/Ramon and pick up my premium picks over there. Actually, the golf picks are underneath the VIP picks. Those are my complimentary selections when you subscribe over at winnable.com. I'll have a great weekend planned for us as well. And yeah, we will have college baseball hopefully today in our premiums here for sure coming up. So I really appreciate that. That's how you support me here on the channel. All right, a few more comments here Chad's here. Nice to have Chad here today. He's ready. Look at this. He's ready to go. Here, I want to write Chad. Oh, man, let me get Chad's picks here because all I got to do is roll with my man here. Hopefully he's ready for the season. Great to have Chad. He's got Atlanta. He's got Dallas. He's got Golden State. He's got Las Vegas. He's got Chicago, and he's got Phoenix. I don't know why the ellipses is so long to get down there to Phoenix, but Chad's got his WNBA ready to go on opening weekend. Thank you, Chad. All right. And let's see who else here. Fernando, ready to go. He had another good day there yesterday. Nuke says, where's Austin Matthews? Those guys not showing up here in the big game. And Blue said, Blue's here as well. Thank you to SF Niner. Appreciate you stopping by this morning. Good luck to you today. And that might do it here for our group. All right. Oh, I'm putting me back on the screen here. Let's go. All right. Appreciate you guys coming in. Let's get rolling here with our coverage for today. And like I said, not long. Won't be here too long. So yeah, I am maximizing my time with you guys here. I'm just so excited to be on the internet. This is really a great revelation. I've been off for it was about 18 hours. It didn't come on until the middle of the night here, about when I was ready to go, and I had to wait for it to come on. But we're here now and ready to go with our coverage here today, including the NBA postseason. Let's go. And just started off here with the Thunder taking on the Nuggets here tonight. And the Thunder leading in this one, 3-2. And well, who do you believe? Usually you got a trusted reporter and my friend Ramona Shelburne. I'll say friend, but you know me, when given the opportunity to meet an athlete or a media reporter, I go to the media reporters and met Mrs. Shelburne before. Very nice lady, very trusted reporter. She's a good reporter. She reported that the Nuggets had a little tit-a-tat in the locker room with Aaron Gordon and Russell Westbrook. Doesn't seem implausible that those guys couldn't get into it after a rough performance or a questionable series or hard-trying series so far. But hey, they downplayed it, said, hey, we're family fights, okay? They get in arguments. You probably don't want to get in an argument here when you're in the middle of the conference finals and put the pressure on one another. Can that help motivate Denver here tonight that these two high-profile players were in each other's faces, basically? you could sit there and try to blame the reporter, but they admitted to the confrontation. So really, what are you trying to prove? That reporters shouldn't report on uh, situations like this? So will it affect the Denver Nuggets? Doesn't matter when you got Nikola Jokic, who can. He's the man. He's not fighting anybody. That's for sure. So the Nuggets had a little bit of rough times with each other in pointing fingers a little bit, or Russ is always going to be kind of looking like maybe he's not as focused or more lackadaisical. But it's hard not to. He looks pretty fiery to me in this series. Nonetheless, the Nuggets that's not as cohesive as you would like them to be. I think what it says is maybe in this series it's going to be tough for them now. They can get this one, it feels like, here with their 4.5 point dogs to OKC, because I think now we can start to agree here that even with OKC's dominant season, they're still learning to win in the postseason a little bit, and you're taking your lessons here from uh, an established championship contender in the Denver Nuggets. Now, Denver is short of OKC. I mean, we all can agree there. I think for the most part, maybe hardened Nuggets fans can uh, say that this team, and they do still have a chance, obviously, when you've got Jokic. That's kind of what we've talked about here in this series, right? And I want to give them a chance tonight because I just think they're getting maxed out. I think a lot of people are feeling like this has to be our 7 game series that we're desperate for here right now. So, yeah, can Denver here? They not only have to cover this spread, they do have to win this game, obviously, with it 3-2 right now. So the pressure, that's where the pressure is really on here. Yes, we can take them plus the spread. Yes, they could get, uh, if you got guys kind of bickering, it does feel like that's the way where if a team does get to a big lead, then maybe it could be a blowout. But I don't think anybody's saying at this point that the Thunder look anything where they could blow out the Denver team on the road anyway. So maybe we'll see what you guys have in this one between Denver and the Thunder here tonight. We can go to the chat and see the way you'll play it here in this one, with the total also at 219. To me, it feels like this one's got to be kind of um, I think the Nuggets probably should feel like they've got to go, go, go. I don't, even if they are the team that can kind of break you down, slow it down a little bit. I'd rather try to play the Thunder into a little bit of a tempo contest a little bit, or try to make sure, because look, the Thunder could get out in the lead, but I don't know if they stretch something out here on the road necessarily. I want to hear what you guys have to say. Enough about me here. Obviously, people want to see what you guys have to say as well. And OKC's here's what Terrell says: they'll get it and they'll feel relieved to do it, right? NYC Bar is on the Nuggets here. Blue likes Holmgren under in his rebounds prop here tonight. Keith Just Truth is here today. Hello. And Cash Kane, Oklahoma City money line and the over. Robert likes OKC to close these guys out. So does Blue here, it looks like. And Terrell says, Russ is getting older and more mature, and maybe he's called, but still, I don't know. I mean, I don't want my players having confrontations in the locker room, and if they need to use that as motivation, fine. But I'd rather have players working together to find solutions a little bit and be more cohesive, so that hey, what happens if they end up losing the game? It's a matter of "I told you so" type of thing is what it feels like. So. All right, see here, of course, Oklahoma City's won the last 2, 112 to 105 at home, and they did win here in Denver in a low-scoring game, remember, 92 to 87, and Denver won the other one here At home, of course, 113 to 104. But I think Denver may end up putting some points up here tonight. I'm going to take the Denver Nuggets plus 4.5 in this one, maybe even to extend this series and make it a 7-game series. If it does, uh, pretty sure I'm going to be looking OKC blowout in Game 7, but we have to see what happens here tonight. And I'm going to take the Denver Nuggets plus the points here in this one. Yes, I've talked about Denver and all these games they've been playing day after day. Oklahoma City also here in the series now. Will those 9 days of rest help them a little bit here in these next 1 or 2 games? So, all right, gang, I guess you guys have chimed in now here enough in this one. Oklahoma City is just 1-5 against the spread in their last 6 games against Denver, no matter how you look at it. I mean, they didn't, Oklahoma City did not cover in the last one. They didn't cover in that game when they were favored by 7. So, Denver did get the money, obviously, in that win there, but should say in Denver, at Denver, right? In the stats there. So that's key. That's key. 10 of the last 14 meetings between these two have gone under. 6 of the last 7 meetings between the two here in Denver have gone under. So the trends are kind of going against the way I feel like Denver needs to play this game. So I'm taking Denver, though, here tonight. Okay. I think that's it from you guys in the chat here. Yeah, I agree with Terrell there, and like I said, I think one thing that I've been rolling with a little bit with OKC are those 9 days off that they did have, but they still run into a pretty, um, a team like Denver, even if they do run out of gas here, they've fought through it pretty good. Okay, let's go to the National Hockey League here tonight with 2 big games that could be closeouts here now. We already saw, uh, obviously, in the West with the advance of the Edmonton Oilers. They're awaiting the winner in the Western Conference. But in the East, we have questions here because we don't have either one yet decided. Here's the Hurricanes. They can close it out tonight here against the Washington Capitals. Does feel like Carolina has taken the upper hand, of course, here with a 3-1 lead. And not only that, they've moved to $1.75 favorite here on the road. Now, uh, the computer over here is screaming at me that you can't pass on Washington at a price like this, given their number 1 seed and number 1 status. But it does feel like they just can't find any scoring here right now with this group, and Carolina just dictating the series big time right now. Uh, Still pretty hefty price to lay on the road, but everyone has to feel like right now Carolina and this momentum, especially after winning these last 2 games at home, 5-2 and 4-0, pretty much shutting them down right now. And don't forget the Game 1 win, just 2-1 in that one. Yes, Washington did come back, get that 3-1 victory at home, and they obviously would need this home win here tonight to keep it going against the Hurricanes. So let's see is it over? Can Washington get one here? Thompson had a great season record wise right now, but it just feels like the Hurricane stars are bigger stars at this point, and that Washington is having a hard time finding a star here at this point. So go ahead in the chat in this one. Will it be the closeout? Can the cat? I know you guys have been kind of big on Carolina in this series too, so it's not like you guys haven't seen it coming. Whereas I'm, you know, basically hung my hat this postseason on Washington and Las Vegas. So I'm in trouble here, but I feel like I've shifted anyway in this series to the Carolina Hurricanes, at least here tonight. They've won 11 of the last 16 games against Washington overall, even though Carolina has still won just 2 of their last 8 games on the road coming in. They had a low road losing streak, remember, uh, heading into the postseason. So Washington has won 4 of the last 5 games at home against Carolina here, but it's going to take an extraordinary effort, it feels like right now. Washington has gone under in 6 straight games at home. Let's go to the chat in the game tonight and see what you got. All right. It's NYC Bar. He's on the Hurricanes here. And Blue says first period under. Robert says there'll be no goal in the first 10 in this one. Cash Game likes the Caps on the puck line. Or no, I think that's Caps plus money. Yep, I think that's what that is. And here's Cash Game also on the over. Nuke's got the Carolina Hurricanes here on the puck line at plus money. I'm going with the under as my pick here. I hope I didn't tip my hand too much there with the game tonight, but I am going to end up taking the under. Like I said, Washington 6 straight unders. You look at the series so far in the 4 games, and the losing team is averaging 1 goal. So, how many goals could there actually be tonight? Could it be just another 3-1, or 4-1, maybe 3-2 game? I'm going to take it under tonight with Carolina and Washington here in the Eastern Conference semifinals. Will it be over tonight? Will we see Carolina advance in this one? Okay, let's go out west now for tonight's game between the Dallas Stars and the Winnipeg Jets here. Another one where another number 1 seed. It's let's bag on the number 1 seeds night here a little bit with the Jets coming in here, big time pressure here right now, down 3-1, and Dallas does feels like they've exuded their overall dominance here with their better players getting healthy here at just the right time right now for Dallas. So they've done a real strong job here down the stretch of the postseason as they near advancing here, needing just 1 more win to move on, and they would take on Edmonton in the conference finals here, should they able to close it out here tonight or within the next couple of games. But still, this one's on the road, and this would be a good one for them to get. But Winnipeg, they'll be fired up and ready to go with their crowd. So, but like I said, just feels like Dallas is more talented roster, it feels like to me. As great as Winnipeg was, racking up that great record during the regular season, right now Dallas in a pretty good group. 5 straight games between these 2 teams in Winnipeg have gone under. In fact, 11 of the last 12 meetings between these 2 teams have gone under. Went under again last time as well. Now, game number 3 did go over, remember, 5-2, but it was all unders before that as well. So with Winnipeg in desperation mode, does that mean they will get loose here, or will they have to tighten up and just try to make sure Dallas doesn't score? Dallas is on the road here, so Winnipeg has won 6 of their last 7 games at home overall, but still can't get away from how well Dallas has played in this series. It's blue on the Jets here. NYC Bardo says the Stars can get this one. Cash Kane here says Jets puck line. He's also got Kyle Connor for 2 goals and the over here. And Blue wants to go under in this one, and that's what I'm going to do as well. Give me the under here tonight with Dallas and Winnipeg. This series is a dead solid under, even though 2 games ago that was a 5-2 game when it went over when Dallas won that game at home. Yes, there was some late action in that one, though. So still, it was only 5.5, and it felt targeted for the over all the way. But other than that, it's always been an under between these two teams for the last couple of seasons. So, all right. Not much from you guys in the chat on that one. So maybe you're ready for our 6-game Major League Baseball card with 4 day games are about set to get underway here in just a couple of hours. So half of our sports day will be almost over. Good thing we got some playoff action tonight. All right, let's go over to the old ball yard here and get ready to go with Major League Baseball. And the early action on this card between the Washington Nationals and Atlanta Braves here on getaway day. And you've got Trevor Williams going for the Nets and AJ Smith-Shawver for the Braves. A 240 favorite here. Maybe it's down to 220 or so. And the total is 9 under 15, it feels like here right now. In this one, let's kind of update that. It's definitely 9 under. And I'll call it 220. Even the sharp books are down to 210 or so. And a pretty significant move, it feels like, to the under in this one. But do have the Braves here starting to get it together right now at 21 and 22. The Washington Nationals did snap their losing streak with the win yesterday over Atlanta, 5-4. They were able to get it done on the road there. But for Smith-Shawver here, 2.76 ERA and a 238 batting average against. Now, he does have a 306 BABIP here in this one, but still, Smith-Shawver's look pretty good. 1-5 to the under so far for Smith-Shawver. The Braves allow just 3.9 runs per game so far. So far this season for Williams here, a 5.88 ERA coming in and a 361 BABIP. Poor numbers for sure for Trevor Williams so far, although the Nationals are 3-5 with Williams on the mound. The Braves are still down 10 1/3 units so far this season. The Nats are down 4 3/4 units as well. Are the Braves turning it around here a little bit with their recent wins? And of course, the Nats were on a losing streak before they were able to earn that win last night, and they could salvage something here on Thursday. Let's go to the chat here in this one with Washington and Atlanta. And we've got Braves on the run line here for NYC Bar. And NYC Bar said, "What did you take? I didn't catch what you took there on Dallas and Winnipeg. I got to go under NYC Bar for sure. I mean, come on. Dead solid under series. There's blue on the under in this one. Subs here today. Joining us in the chat. Thank you to Sub for being here. We do have La Liga action here today as kind of our featured coverage. Also, one game in Mexico tonight. And Cash Cane's on the Braves on the run line, and so am I. I'm going to take the Braves to get this one convincingly here this afternoon, this morning. Good morning to Justin in the chat, doing a great job on his show. Really enjoying watching Justin. And Philly Eagle Flyer says Caps, money line, first period, full game draw, Caps, first period goal. Thank you to see Philly Eagle Flyer here today. I'm going to take the Braves in this one. Next up, and we're still here in afternoon action on Thursday with the Twins taking on the Orioles here with Chris Paddock on the mound for the Twins, and for the O's, it's going to be Sagano here. Sagano, good numbers, 272, 104 whip, 225 batting average against a 229 BABIP. Sagano, good control, not overpowering, but knows how to get outs for sure. And the Orioles ended up here somehow a favorite against the hottest team in the league today, but maybe it's because he's going up against an inconsistent Paddock. But Minnesota with that 10-game winning streak right now, uh, can you even consider trying to get in the way of these two teams of this team right now with this winning streak after winning the doubleheader? Hey, we had them in both ends yesterday of the doubleheader, but I don't know. I'm gonna take the Orioles today, but I'll let you guys in the chat dig in here. I'm gonna take the Orioles to end the winning streak today. Actually, look at me! Look at me! All right. Justin did have a prop back there in that Atlanta game. Thank you, Justin. Philly Eagle Flyer like the Stars. First period full game draw. Stars on the money line. Cash Kane's with me. He's on the O's, and Blue is on the Twins in this one. Cash Kane says the Twins streak stops today. So, okay, I wasn't crazy or I wasn't alone here a little bit. Here's NYC Bar on the under in this one. Justin says Orioles over team total there. Um, that's what he has. Irish King like Washington and his hockey pick. And Cash Kane says Paddock's going to get smoked here in this one. Irish King. Minnesota on the money line. So still going to be great support here, I would imagine. But Baltimore is favored after all. I think that shows what you guys are thinking a little bit, what handicappers and odds makers are thinking as well. So might be a good spot. Take Minnesota even money here, but I'm going to take Baltimore to end this winning streak today. Robert does like Orioles first five with Sugano in there. So I'm going to take the Orioles today to end this streak. And I thought I was going to have a look at me moment here, but there's some support for the Orioles for sure today. And yeah, maybe the Twins aren't this good. The problem with the Orioles is they're still playing very, very poorly. But I think we're just looking to the fact that they do have the pitcher that hey, Paddock has looked okay here in the last start, right? But Sagano looks like a pretty solid pitcher. A little bit overlooked, right? Don't forget, still he was a three-time MVP in you know, in Japan's major leagues, so that's pretty good. Even though he's 35 years old now, still a top, was a top pitcher for years in Japan. Three-time MVP, Sagano. All right, let's go to the next one here. Oh, let's see. Irish King had the over in that one. And let's see. Philly Eagle Flyer, O's and J's Nerfy tied after two. First three under. Got it. The White Sox will take on the Reds here with Bryce Wilson on the mound going up against Nick Martinez. Martinez is getting his numbers down a little bit here. He was not an MVP in Japan. He wasn't even big in Japan. But for Martinez here, 4.23 ERA. The Reds are 1-7 with Martinez on the mound. They're 19-17 without him on the mound. 1.29 WHIP, 326. BABIP coming in. Wilson, he's started, he's relieved, he's lost, he's 0-1 so far. But the White Sox are 2-1 in his starts. He's got a 4.8 ERA, 1.73 on the BABIP, and or 1.73 WHIP, 333 BABIP for Wilson so far this season. Now, the White Sox here have won 3 straight games. So, yeah, they're better than the Rockies. This has been a little bit of a good start, a good stretch here all of a sudden for the White Sox. They're still playing here like 325 ball this season, but wins here over the Reds over the last 2 days, 5-1, 4-2. And, this feels like a pretty good situation for them that they could compete here. But kind of want to play the Reds here on the run line. maybe you guys can talk me. I've been the one to go on all these White Sox games, and look, uh, you might think that that's a losing proposition, but I take a lot of run lines, and they are 24-19 on the run line as a dog this season. So yes, they've got it done for the most part, and I've been on those White Sox run lines a little bit, but I think I might gravitate towards the Reds here in this game, even with Nick Martinez, who definitely has not been great. But after a couple wins, I might take the Reds to get at least a run line win here today. Let's see if anybody's got this one. Irish King says the White Sox are playing some ball here. Justin says got the Reds team total. Um, says it wasn't. He just left it to the numbers there a little bit, though. He didn't trust it, but sometimes you got to roll with the figures, right? Cash Cane might be on the over here. The widely reported steam did come in on the over in this game right now. Still, however, it is 9 over 20 for the most part. But look at these Reds, man. This thing's up to 220 here. Boy, that doesn't. I'll just take the Reds on the run line. Not going to go premium on this now with 25 cents or more, but I'm going to take the Reds here to get a run line victory today. All right. Andy Burke says it's going to be warm out there today, and that ball gets smacked around at the small park. Let's look at that. Let's check the weather forecast. I think we've got it here. It's heating up. All right, so only in the low to mid 80s here today, with the wind blowing in from right field, also from right to left there at the end of the game. So I'm going to take the Reds here in this one. Let's get to the night action here right now no, I think we got this actually a day game here. Let's call it late afternoon in Toronto, 3:07 Eastern, 12:07 Pacific, with the Rays on the road with Zach Littell taking on Kevin Gausman and the Blue Jays here in this one. The Blue Jays, wow, $1.60 here all of a sudden. Well, maybe Tampa Bay struggled just enough, but man, $1.60 doesn't feel too comfortable here. It's even higher at some spots. But Gausman has an ERA of 4 so far. The Blue Jays are starting to pick it up. They were able to get the win here yesterday. 3-1 in a convincing pitching effort there. We had Toronto on the run line with Kevin Bassett going, and Bassett was only $1.40 over Pepio, and well, maybe they're going against Littell a little bit here, but it does seem like this line it's higher than yesterday's line, and doesn't feel like it's a better matchup necessarily. Gausman does have a 3.97 ERA and a 2.35 BABIP coming into this one. The Rays have struggled here a bit, but still, with Littell, they are 1-7 to the under so far this season. I don't know. Both these guys have an ERA around 4, and the bullpens aren't great. I would expect maybe some volatility here in this one. Jays have been going over practically every game here right now. Yesterday notwithstanding, I think they've gone over in 9 of their last 11. I'll check it out here if I can. They've definitely been putting up some numbers here for sure. Of late, the offense has kind of kicked it in gear, but man, $1.60 here, 2 mediocre teams to say the least. All right. The chat's chiming in, so let's go to it right now. And Fernando says Bryce Wilson has good numbers against the Reds. Justin says, give me the Blue Jays. First 5, he's got that. Cash Kane likes the Rays on the money line. Justin's got a prop with Bar Show. Blues on the over, but NYC Bar says go under. And Justin says, how about Vladdy, who's starting to hit here? All right, I got to take Tampa Bay on the run line. And what is the run line? I'm sure it's probably gross. I didn't even look. Just want to find a way to get on Tampa, I guess. Minus $1.45. All right, I'll try that. Give me Tampa on the run line here in this one. They're underway with Paolini and Stearns over here right now, just getting underway in that first set, and we're going to have a thriller. It looks like we're already on 4-3 here. With Stearns winning. Man, this is going to be exciting. I think Stearns can win this match. Let's go, Stearns. Okay, let's a few more here, Fernando. First 5 under. All right. And next up, we've got the featured. I got to call this a featured game of the day, sure, with this pitching matchup. Yeah, the A's are hot. They're playing the Dodgers. But look, we got a good matchup here with Brown and DeGrom. For Hunter Brown, everybody wants to try to start fading this guy. Don't do it, it feels like. Right now, he's 6-1, 1.48 ERA, 180 batting average against, a .9 whip. Coming into this one, he's one of the best strikeout pitchers in the league right now, Hunter Brown, for sure. It's up against a legend here, Jake DeGrom. DeGrom, 2.72 ERA and a 102 whip, 215 batting average against DeGrom's been sharp here so far as well. So, how are you going to go with this one, man? With Texas just a favorite here, $1.25.
Final.
Here in this one, the total is that total's wrong. That's a typo. Should be 7/20 for sure. There we go. Definitely it feels like a good pitching matchup here in this one. Texas all of a sudden playing their best ball of the season. They're on a winning streak here right now. Taking care of business at home. Great pitching. Every game goes under at home right now for Texas. Big time. They're in a big time rush of unders right now. Now, Houston has dominated this series. It's something you got to put out of your mind if you like Texas, because Houston's won 17 of the last 21 games here in Texas. That's hard to ignore here, especially when you got a hot pitcher like Brown going. But look, you got a good counterpiece here in DeGrom. It's a reasonable price for a home team that's on a winning streak right now. And Houston has had some vulnerability on the road, just 7-11 so far. Texas is 15-8 at home so far this season, 15-6 as a favorite. Texas is 5-18 to the under on the road. The Astros are 1-7-2 to the under as an underdog. The widely reported steam did come in on the under here. Right now, the total, though, still 7/20. So let's go here with your guys in the chat. Man, I'm trying to go slow here because the show's almost over, and we've only been on for an hour. But, hey, you know what? It's going to take me a couple of hours just to get back on track after not having the full-on internet experience here in the satellite studios for almost a full day. Okay, here we go with the picks. Blue Dodgers run line. We'll get to it. Here's Robert. Texas, first 5 money line. Here's Cash Kane on the Astros here. For Legal Flyer says Rangers game will be tied after 2 innings. Got the Jays plus money. He's got the O's plus money. NYC Bar likes the Blue Jays here. And here's Fernando. He's on the under here. And Jermaine showed up here. You know what? I want to square something up with I always say Jermaine, and then Mike says J-Main, which probably is the correct pronunciation. So let me know on that, J-Main, if I was saying it okay, or I want to change it if I've been saying it wrong the whole time because you're such a great member of the community. Philly Eagle Flyers are rolling today in the IIHF championships. Blues on the Astros. Philly Eagle Flyers got that Spanish League action. Okay, good. Yeah, it just makes sense. And, sure, when we're hanging out, I say, J Main. Yeah. All right. And he says took DeGrom on his outs, under his outs. He doesn't go all the way here. And, when you're striking guys out, kind of cuts down your pitches a little bit. All right. I'm going with the Rangers despite this. That's pretty dominant, right? 17 of 21 in Texas for Houston. And we're talking about, uh, rivals, no doubt, big time rivals here. So that has been dominant for Houston. Uh, but I'm going to try Texas here in this game. But man, 17 of 21, 4 out of the last 5 games between these two teams have gone under. Here's NYC Bar on the Astros here. Not going to fault these Astros backers because that does seem like that one runs in your head a little bit, right? You could say if there's two teams where, hey, you got Dodgers in Colorado or something like that. But, these two teams are obviously well matched, and Houston has owned the series in Texas for the last 2 seasons, 3 seasons. Okay, one more, and the show's over, you guys. What am I going to do? All right. Tell you what you do when you don't have internet and you can't do all your good handicapping. And we're lucky we, kind of handicap early and get it done. But you do your chores. You go to the grocery store. All right. Here we go with the Athletics, and you got Osvaldo Beto on the mound here. He's going to go up against Sauer in this one. The Dodgers definitely having a hard time finding a pitcher here for this matchup. Sauer has done it before. He'll be a bit of an opener here in this one, but he can extend a little bit here past an inning or two. You might be able to get 2 innings if they so choose, and they may need to. Because of the Dodgers pitching situation now. It's been a bit of a disaster once again. The Dodgers have lost yet another pitcher to the disabled list here, and Roki Sasaki he went to the 10 days, so hopefully it all works out. But man, the Dodgers have so many injured pitchers. They just bring them all along here. And normally this would be a spot where you'd put Dustin May in there, and we saw even some early talk that it could be, but he can't pitch on a normal right now. He needs an extra day every time. This is the way the Dodgers have been bringing him along. So to start him here would be shortening up his day's rest. And look, this is a guy coming off. That's a guy coming off, major injuries. And you're already the Dodgers where everybody's injured, so you don't want to screw that up. Having him come all the way back already so far. The Dodgers have 14 pitchers on the injured list right now, and after Sasaki's got a shoulder impingement. So also the Dodgers did call up their highly touted prospect Dalton Rushing. He's a catcher, but he could play first base, and we'll see him joining the Dodgers here now. So still, Dodgers always going to be a big favorite here, but man, this is a bullpen game of the max here, and you have an Oakland team. Well, they're playing pretty good. Dodgers won yesterday, but Oakland's giving them a battle here in this series for sure, right? Winning the first game 11-1, lost yesterday 9-3, but you got to think the Dodgers can compete. I mean, the Athletics can compete here. These two teams have gone over in 5 straight meetings here in LA, and does feel like that one could go the same way today, doesn't it? Got to take the A's for sure on the run line today at plus 1.5 at minus 120 or so. Keep riding with these A's here. With Beto, look, I think Beto's done a nice job here despite 4.75 ERA. A's are 4-4 with Beto on the mound. And again, this is a spot where the Dodgers are going to get the usual suspects here, I would think, with Sauer starting here in this game. You're going to end up with, in this game, you'll probably end up with, after this, Kasparius. Wouldn't surprise me if Kasparius ends up as an opener in this game for Sauer, but you'll have Jack Dreyer probably in there. Pitching in today's game as well. I mean, you're going to get a whole host of Dodgers today. In this bullpen game, um, um, maybe Garcia as well. Who pitched yesterday? Let's see here. Kasparius. Oh, he only threw 6 pitches, so Kasparius will be in there for sure today as well. You'll get. See, Yates threw 21 pitches, so they'll have to piece it all together. I'm taking the A's here in this one. All right. Let's see how you guys got it here with this game, because this one feels all right. Sub, thank you, Sub. Let's get a little soccer action before we get off the air here. He's got. Let me write these down. Thanks, Sub. He's got Madrid there, and he's got Betis game to go over. Thanks, Sub. All right, Jermaine, White Sox team total over there. And all these here today. NYC Bar says, what was the pick? I took the Rangers, NYC Bar. I took the Rangers there. And let's see here. Also, team total over for both teams, Fernando says. And yeah, Vesia pitched for sure yesterday. My man. Vesia was a youngster, a player that I've covered back in his high school days. All right, I guess that's it, man. That's it for the show. Well, we need something to do. Well, we got some college baseball. Robert likes under, though, with this. Is it 10? Are there 10s out there now? Yeah, there's 10s out there, and I've got it at 9.5. I better put it 9.5 over at least here. But, I don't mind that under, I guess, just because it's such a high number. But, man, these guys are slugging out there. You got the swinging A's for sure. All right. That's going to do it for the show, everybody. Thank you for joining me here on the Morning Steam. It's over. It's all over. Blue says, well, maybe I could eat breakfast or something. I gotta catch up. That's what you going without 15 hours without your internet. Man, you lose track. I don't even know what's going on in the world. All right. So that's going to do it. Let's one more commercial here. You can pick up some more plays from me here today over at winnable.com/Ramon. And hey, why not pick up my package here for the next few days? If you get a 3-day package, I'll extend a few days. Anybody who knows or subscribes to any of the packages know I extend them all anyways. Usually if you subscribe for 7 days, I put 10 days on there. If you get a month, I put an extra week on there. I control it. I mean, I am the one that, this is how you support me here on the show. So for just 56 cents a day, why not get 1 month at $19.95? I'll throw 5. If I see it come in today, I'll put on another 10 days onto that. So, again, it's not about, yes, it's about the cost, and it's about supporting me here on the channel, coming on here every day on the Sports Money Network and doing this show. Not going to burden Mikey Money and these guys. We're trying to build something here, but look, I do this every day. This is what I do. This is my job, this show with you guys. So please consider picking up a package here, maybe for a month. Check it out here. And WNBA gets underway tomorrow. And I don't know if anybody knows or even agrees with this, right? But I've been covering the WNBA here on the YouTube for quite a long time. Shows, videos, and all that. So, if you want my premiums, there's some premiums there as well. Make sure you subscribe. The season starts tomorrow, so why not subscribe over there at winnable.com for just 56 cents a day, and you'll get 5 or 6 weeks worth of picks, and you can check them out for yourself. And look, they're just high volume picks. I try to give out a lot of plays. I send 1 or 2 updates out on the paid service. I send an update out every day somewhere along the line for some free picks as well, including some tennis and my soccer, and my UFC package will be behind the paywall for this weekend. So please check it out over at winnable.com. I do appreciate it. Use the promo code STEAM to save 20% off of that. That's where it becomes 56 cents a day, and you'll get a couple of updates every day with not a lot of flair. It's not like those other accounts on the Dub Club or the Winnable with a bunch of icons and fireballs and all that. You just text. I just send the pics out. I type them up, send them out. You don't have to look through and try to figure out what the play is. It's pretty cut and dried. So kind of like me, kind of just dull and boring, but the information gets you there, usually in a pretty timely fashion. Try to get it to you within 30 minutes of post time. All right. Thanks, everybody. And we're going to work on seeing what we can do to bring the consensus parlay back. I got to figure out how I can do it. Thanks, you guys. It didn't feel like a great show because it was so, so short. But thanks for being here anyway. We'll have a bigger show tomorrow for sure, right? With our coverage of the weekend. And, hey, you can watch golf all day, too. So. All right, it's going to do it here for the morning steam. Don't forget, catch Mikey Money and the gang here at 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 Pacific, as he has pre-gaming. He gets you ready just for the few games. Maybe even Mikey will have a short show today, and we'll see if we get together. I don't know. We do have some playoff action, and we do like to get together on Thursdays, but it does feel like kind of a light night there with just 2 games in the major leagues and 3 playoff games. But, we'll be there if we need, but that's our schedule. So I don't know how it's going, but all right, that's going to do it here on the show. Thank you for joining me here on the Sports Money Network. And again, don't forget, check out our UFC coverage here over the next couple of days with First Strike and also my show with VB MMA Picks. Check me out right there. We have our previews of that fight card here for Saturday night, including that main event between Gilbert Burns, the veteran, and Michael Morales, my man from Tijuana, Baja California, undefeated here. Comes in off that win off of Magny, and Morales is an $8 favorite in that one. And we previewed 3 other fights with Mikey Money. You got Mikey Money on BB MMA Picks. You got Mikey Money on pre-gaming. We got to get some other people other than Mikey Money and me on this channel, and some of our other friends as well. But all right, that's it. I'm get out of here. For the Sports Money Network, I'm Ramon Scott. So long.
For cover, that's gonna cover, that's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice, we might play a parlay. It's the morning steam. What? Ramon Scott, sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the money. You know how we do it.